New Year's celebrations resonate across the globe. From the bustling streets of New York City to the serene temples of Kyoto, the world comes alive with joy and anticipation. As the clock ticks closer to midnight, there's a palpable sense of excitement in the air. People gather with loved ones, ready to bid farewell to the old year and welcome the new one with open arms. They mark the passage of time. It's a fresh start. The stroke of midnight signifies more than just the end of a day. It represents the closing of one chapter and the beginning of another. The cheers, the hugs, and the fireworks all symbolize hope and renewal. Cultures have their unique ways of celebrating, but the underlying sentiment is universal. In China, the Lunar New Year is marked with dragon dances and lantern festivals. In Scotland, Hogmanay is celebrated with fire festivals and street parties. Each culture brings its own flavor to the celebration, yet the essence remains the same. A collective wish for happiness, prosperity, and peace. We reflect on the past, and we look forward to the future. Old photographs remind us of the journey we've taken, the memories we've made, and the lessons we've learned. New Year's resolutions are our way of setting intentions, of promising ourselves to be better, to do better. These celebrations are deeply rooted in history, from the ancient Babylonians who celebrated the New Year with an 11-day festival to the Romans who dedicated the day to Janus, the god of beginnings. The tradition of marking the New Year has been a significant part of human culture for millennia. Ancient civilizations had their own ways of marking the New Year. The Egyptians celebrated the flooding of the Nile, which brought fertility to their lands. The Romans, on the other hand, made offerings to Janus, believing that he could see both the past and the future. These traditions evolved over time. As societies changed and grew, so did their ways of celebrating the new year. What started as simple rituals have now become grand festivities, blending ancient customs with modern practices. Today we see a blend of ancient customs and modern practices, from the traditional ringing of bells in Japan to the modern-day ball drop in Times Square. The new year is celebrated in myriad ways, each adding its own unique touch to the global tapestry of traditions. The new year offers a chance for renewal. It's a time to reflect on the past year, to acknowledge our achievements and learn from our mistakes. It's also a time to set new goals, to dream big and to plan for the future. It's a time to set new goals. Whether it's getting fit, learning a new skill, or simply spending more time with loved ones, the new year is a perfect opportunity to start fresh and make positive changes in our lives. It's an opportunity to let go of the past. Symbolic acts like burning paper or releasing balloons into the sky help us to release old grudges, regrets and sorrows, making space for new beginnings. This universal appeal is what makes New Year's celebrations so enduring. No matter where we are in the world, the New Year brings us together, reminding us of our shared humanity and our collective hopes for a brighter future. The earliest recorded New Year's celebrations date back to 2000 BC. In ancient Mesopotamia, they observed the New Year at the end of March. This coincided with the vernal equinox. The Babylonians celebrated with an 11-day festival called Akitu. It was a time for religious rituals. They honored the god Marduk, believing he had defeated the forces of chaos. During Akitu, people made resolutions. They pledged to pay their debts and promised to return borrowed items. This was a way to appease the gods, hoping to ensure a prosperous year ahead. Different cultures marked the new year at different times. The timing was often linked to seasonal changes. For example, the Persians celebrated in the fall, marking the autumnal equinox. The Egyptians and Phoenicians also observed the new year in the fall. The Greeks, on the other hand, celebrated during the winter solstice, marking the shortest day of the year. Early Romans initially celebrated on March 1st, aligning with their 10-month calendar. This would later change. The Roman Empire would play a key role in shaping the modern New Year. In 46 BC, Julius Caesar introduced a new calendar. This was the Julian calendar, based on the solar year. This reform shifted the new year to January 1st. The choice of January 1st was significant. It honored Janus, the Roman god of beginnings. Janus had two faces. One looked to the past and the other looked to the future. This change standardized the new year and also influenced the tradition of making resolutions. Romans made pledges for the future and vowed loyalty to the emperor. This practice evolved over time. Section 5. New Year's Resolutions, from ancient pledges to modern goals. The concept of New Year's resolutions has ancient roots. The Babylonians were among the first to make such pledges. Their resolutions were often religious in nature. Over time, the focus of resolutions shifted. During the medieval period, knights made peacock vows. These vows emphasized chivalry and honor. They were pledges to live by a strict code of conduct. Today, resolutions are often personal. We set goals for self-improvement. We aim to break bad habits. We strive to achieve our aspirations. Section 6. Chinese New Year, a celebration of spring and new beginnings. This festival is one of the most significant and widely celebrated events in Chinese culture, symbolizing the start of a new year filled with hope and prosperity. Chinese New Year is a major festival in China. Streets are filled with people, and the air is thick with excitement and anticipation. Families come together, and communities unite to celebrate this joyous occasion. It's also known as Lunar New Year or Spring Festival. Homes and public spaces are adorned with vibrant decorations, including red lanterns, banners, and intricate paper cuttings, all symbolizing good fortune and happiness. The date is determined by the lunar calendar. This ancient system, based on the cycles of the moon, ensures that the festival aligns with the arrival of spring, a time of renewal and growth. It usually falls between January 21st and February 20th. Families prepare weeks in advance, cleaning their homes and buying new clothes to welcome the new year with a fresh start. This festival marks the end of winter. As the cold season fades, people celebrate the promise of warmer days and the blossoming of nature. It welcomes the arrival of spring. The sight of blooming flowers and the sound of cheerful celebrations fill the air, creating an atmosphere of joy and renewal. It's a time for new beginnings and fresh starts. People clean their homes to sweep away bad luck and decorate with symbols of good fortune, ensuring a prosperous year ahead. One legend associated with Chinese New Year is the story of Nian. This mythical beast is said to have terrorized villages, but it was eventually scared away by the color red and loud noises. Nian was a mythical beast. According to folklore, it would emerge from the mountains to attack people and livestock, causing fear and destruction. It was said to threaten people on New Year's Eve. To protect themselves, villagers would light firecrackers and hang red decorations, which were believed to ward off the beast. To ward off Nian, people use firecrackers and red decorations. These traditions have continued through the centuries, becoming an integral part of the New Year celebrations. Chinese New Year traditions vary. Different regions have their own unique customs and practices, reflecting the rich cultural diversity of China. But some customs are widespread. These include family reunions, special foods, and giving red envelopes with money known as Hong Bao to children and unmarried adults. These include family reunions, special foods, and giving red envelopes with money. The reunion dinner is a significant event where families gather to enjoy a feast and share their hopes for the coming year. Section 7. Medieval Echoes, Knights' Peacock Vows. In medieval times, knights made peacock vows at the end of the year. These vows were pledges to uphold the values of knighthood. They promised to be brave in battle. They swore to protect the weak. The peacock vow ceremony was often elaborate. It took place during grand feasts. The peacock was a symbol of immortality. It represented the knights' commitment to their vows. These vows reflected the values of the time. They emphasized honor, courage, and loyalty. While the tradition of peacock vows has faded, it illustrates the enduring human desire for self-improvement. Section 8. Modern festivities, a blend of old and new. Today, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are celebrated globally. We see a blend of ancient customs and modern traditions. Parties, fireworks, and countdowns are common sights. Many people still make resolutions. We resolve to eat healthier, exercise more, or learn a new skill. These resolutions reflect our personal goals and aspirations. The exchange of gifts is another popular tradition. It's a way to express love and appreciation for our loved ones. Section 9. A timeless tradition. New Year's celebrations have evolved over millennia, tracing back to ancient civilizations, from the early Babylonians who marked the occasion with an 11-day festival, to the Romans who celebrated the New Year in March before shifting it to January. The way we welcome the New Year has always been a reflection of our times and cultures. These celebrations have transcended cultures and continents, each adding its unique flavor to the global tapestry. In China, the Lunar New Year is marked with dragon dances and lantern festivals, while in Scotland, Hogmanay is celebrated with fire festivals and street parties. Despite the changes and the passage of time, the core themes of New Year's celebrations remain constant. They are a time for reflection, for looking back on the year that has passed, and for setting intentions for the year to come. We reflect on the past, cherishing the memories we've made and the lessons we've learned. This reflection is often accompanied by rituals, such as looking through old photographs, writing in journals, or watching historical footage. We also look forward with hope and optimism, making resolutions and setting goals for a better future. The fireworks that light up the sky symbolize our aspirations and dreams for the year ahead. The new year is a reminder that time marches on, bringing with it new opportunities and challenges. The changing seasons, the movement of the clock hands, and the sunrise all symbolize the passage of time and the promise of a new beginning. It's an opportunity to hit the reset button, to leave behind the old and embrace the new. The confetti that falls at New Year parties represents the shedding of the past and the welcoming of the future. It's a chance to start afresh, to clean and organize our homes, to start new projects, and to turn the page on a blank notebook ready to write new stories. This timeless appeal is what makes New Year's celebrations so enduring. From the grand celebrations in major cities to the intimate gatherings of families, the essence of New Year's remains the same. As we celebrate, let us remember the ancient roots of this tradition. The customs and rituals we follow today are deeply rooted in history, connecting us to our ancestors and their ways of marking the passage of time. Let us embrace the opportunity for renewal, for planting new seeds and nurturing them to grow. The new year is a time to engage in traditions that bring us closer to our communities and to the natural world. And let us step into the new year with hope and optimism, ready to face the challenges and seize the opportunities that lie ahead. Together, we can make the coming year a time of growth, joy, and fulfillment.